Okay, so after I reviewed the Titan Noir Max, I got two completely different reactions. Some people said, whoa, I can't believe that image came from a white wall. But then other people said, Zeno, you need to test this on a proper projector screen before we can really judge it. And honestly, that's a fair point. So that's exactly what this video is about. Behind me is a massive 133-inch Black Crystal ALR projector screen. And today we're going to find out what really happens when you compare three completely different projectors under the same conditions. Firstly, we've got the Titan Noir Max, which will cost you around $6,000 after the Kickstarter launch. Then we've got the XGIMI Horizon 20 Max, which will cost you around $3,000, and I'm still using it daily at home. The Titan Noir Max I'm using daily at work. And then we've got this budget-friendly projector from Toumei S7 that costs around $500. So I just want to be clear, everything is being tested using the same screen, the same room, the same movies, and the same camera settings. And I'm even using uncompressed movie files from a Zidoo Z9X 8K media player. So basically we're removing as many variables as possible. But that's not all. I'm also using three different HDMI cables from RUIPRO, and this will include a 20 meter, a 30 meter, and even a massive 50 meter cable, because I'm curious to see if cable length has any impact on image quality. I'll test each cable on each projector. I'll tell you exactly what I found later in the video. So if you ever wondered whether a $6,000 projector is really worth it, or whether a $3,000 projector can still give you that premium cinema feeling, or whether a $500 projector is actually good enough for most people, then this video is for you. Let's get started. First, all three projectors are being projected on the exact same screen. This is a massive 133-inch Black Crystal ALR motorized screen from WUPRO. It uses black crystal fabric with ambient light rejection technology, which helps reject a large amount of unwanted room light while improving contrast and black levels. And to give you an idea of just how big 133 inches really is, well, I'm standing right in front of it. It's absolutely massive and much larger than most TVs people have in their homes. Now, when it comes to the content itself, I'm not using YouTube videos or compressed streaming content. Instead, I'm using a Zidoo Z9X 8K media player loaded with uncompressed movie files. That means every projector is getting the highest quality source possible without compression getting in the way. So I'm talking about movie files 61 gigabytes, 80 gigabytes, and even 90 gigabytes. For the testing, I'll be using scenes from the Avengers Endgame, Independence Day, Batman vs Superman, and Volume 1. These movies gives us a great mix of dark scenes, bright highlights, skin tones, fast motion, explosions, and color accuracy. I also wanted to make sure the camera wasn't influencing the results, so I locked the settings manually. The main camera is my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, recording in 4K at 25 frames per second, with the white balance locked at 3700 Kelvin and the shutter speed set to 1:60. Originally, I wanted to keep the ISO fixed at 200 for each test, but with the Toumei S7 projector, it simply wasn't possible to capture a usable image. So I had to quadruple the ISO to 800 just to show what I was seeing with my own eyes. For this test, I'm using several RUIPRO fiber optic HDMI cables. We have a 20 meter non-detachable optic fiber cable along with detachable armored full fiber optic HDMI cable in both 30 meters and 50 meters. Now, theoretically, there shouldn't be any visible difference in image quality, but let's be honest, whenever you're running HDMI cables over these kind of distances, people always wonder if something changes. So throughout this video, I'll be paying attention to that as well. And if I notice anything interesting, I'll share my findings towards the end. What I really like is that the 30 meter and the 50 meter versions have detachable HDMI connectors. That means you don't have to drill massive holes just to fit an HDMI plug through a wall. You can disconnect the connector, run the cable, and reconnect it afterwards, which makes the whole installation process much cleaner. RUIPRO also offers display adapters, display to HDMI adapters, Ethernet adapters for the same cables, and a bunch of other connectivity options. So if you're building a serious home theater or gaming setup, they're definitely worth checking out. I'll leave links in the description to everything used in this video, including all three projectors, the WUPRO 133-inch Black Crystal screen, the RUIPRO fiber optic HDMI cables, the Zidoo Z9X 8K media player, and all the other equipment used throughout this comparison. Now let's see how these projectors actually perform. Now I also do want to mention something very important. Projectors are actually very difficult to film accurately. What you are seeing right now is being captured through a camera sensor, compressed by the camera, edited in Premiere Pro, compressed again by YouTube, and then viewed on your screen. Because of that, you may occasionally notice things like flickering, brightness shifts, or even a rainbow effect in certain scenes. I want to be very clear that during my testings, I did not see any of these issues with my own eyes. In other words, if you spot any flickering or strange artifacts on screen, that's most likely being introduced by the camera recording process and not by the projector itself. What I'm focusing on during this comparison is the overall image quality, including brightness, contrast, color, reproduction, shadow detail, and the overall viewing experience that I saw in person while sitting in front of these projectors. Okay, so now that we have everything side by side, this is where the difference becomes really easy to see. And yes, of course, the Titan Noir Max wins here. I mean, let's be honest. It's the most expensive projector in this comparison, so I expected it to win. But the reason why it wins is not just because it's brighter, it's the full image. The image has more depth. The bright parts hit harder, the dark parts still keep more detail, and the colors look stronger without looking completely fake or overdone. When you look at the Horizon 20 Max, I still think this is a very, very good projector. I actually use this projector at home almost daily, and I still love it. If I was only watching the Horizon 20 Max by itself, I would be more than happy with the image. But when you put it directly next to the Titan Noir Max, you can see that the Titan has that extra punch. It looks cleaner, brighter, and more cinematic. It just has that wow feeling a little bit more. And then we have the Toumei S7. And look, I know this is not a really fair fight. This projector is much cheaper, so I'm not putting it here to destroy it. I'm putting it here so you can actually see what the difference looks like when you go from a budget projector to a premium projector and then to a higher end projector. With the Toumei, you can still watch movies. I mean, it works, but compared to the other two, the image is much darker. The colors are just not as rich, and in dark scenes you lose a lot of more detail. So my opinion is this: the Titan Noir Max is the absolute clear winner for image quality. The Horizon 20 Max is still an amazing choice and probably the sweet spot for a lot of people. And the Toumei S7 shows you what you can get on a much lower budget, but also where the limits are. So now I'll let the footage speak for itself and you can decide which image you prefer. Please let me know in the comment section. Also, I have reset all image settings on all three projectors. The only thing that I did is put the brightness to its max. So there you have it. 3 projectors, 3 very different price points, and the exact same test conditions. For me, the Titan Noir Max delivers the best overall image quality. It's brighter, more immersive, and simply gives you that premium home theater feeling. The Horizon 20 Max is still an incredible projector and honestly remains one of my personal favorites. If you told me tomorrow that I could only keep one of the projectors for daily use, I would still be very happy using the Horizon 20 Max every single day. But in my case, I am very lucky to have the Titan Noir Max at work, which I spend my time also daily, and the Horizon 20 Max at home. So I get both of good worlds. And the Toumei S7, well, it shows how far projector technology has come. For the money, it can still deliver a surprisingly enjoyable experience, but when you place it next to these higher-end models, the difference becomes very clear. Now, I know some of you might even look at the Toumei and say, hey, honestly, that's good enough for me. And that's exactly why I wanted to make this comparison. A huge thanks to WUPRO for the incredible 133-inch black crystal screen used in this video, and a huge thanks to RUIPRO for the fiber optic HDMI cables that helped make this setup possible. Now, just to be clear, I tested all 3 cables on all 3 setups and exchanged them multiple times, and there was no difference at all. This just shows how good the quality of the RUIPRO HDMI cables are. And of course, we gotta give a shout out to Zidoo Z9X 8K also for delivering these high quality movie files throughout the test. I'll leave the links to everything featuring in this video down below in the description if you want to learn more. And before I end this video, if you enjoyed this comparison and want to see more projector videos like this, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and let me know down below which projector you would choose and why. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.